What's up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel over here at Mike's Garage. And Joey's car is back from the chassis shop. So let me show you what he's got going on. Hopefully he's going to be testing this weekend, trying to get the stock block record. Anything. Let me show you what he's got going on. Comment, like, and subscribe. Check it out. Joey, how are you doing? Ready to go fast?
Ready, yeah.
Ready to go fast. Ready to go fast. So Joey took his car down to RJ's, which is Randy's shop, and they got some torque boxes installed. What torque boxes are these?
Marty Merlats.
He did the upper and the lower boxes?
Yep.
So Marty Merlats. So they've cut, man, they've done a good job reattaching that subframe to it. So this is all Randy's down there, cutting those torque boxes out. Now, Joey, I'm surprised you didn't cut torque boxes out. Come on now.
I'm done messing with cars.
Dude, I cut one set out of my old car and I said I would never do that again. It was the most brutal thing I've ever done in my life.
I cut and ground on this thing for 3 years. I'm not doing it no more.
Right. So they got this thing set up, man. The Marty Merlat stuff, it really is phenomenal. The upper boxes are in there. Still 8.8 stuff back here. All that stuff is TIG welded in. The best he could. He might have had to MIG some of it just because some of it doesn't fit right, but it looks really nice. Now, Joey still has, this is the Baseline Suspensions Outlaw Upper Kit. So we're just trying to calculate it now and figure out what kind of anti-squat it needs, what we need to do to try to make this thing work better. This thing is very, very nose heavy at the moment too, so we may end up having to add some weight. You still got my weight bar?
I do.
He was reluctant. When I gave him the weight bar, that bar was like 60 pounds. I was like, man, take this. We might have to put it in the car. I don't think he was very happy. He wasn't a very happy camper about it. And I get it. I understand. I'm the same way. I mean, my car, we lightened it all up. Now I got 120 pounds in the back.
Well,
it's like, really?
No, but if it ain't gonna go down the track, what's the use?
That's right. You got to.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. That's exactly right. So Joey, I mean, he built this whole car over here. Where, like I said, wherever Mike's. What's up, Mike? So this thing is looking good. That's a good mini tub right there, man. You could really tuck those wheels up under there. You got some room. Is this a big tire car? This is a future big tire car.
I don't think so.
So AFCO shocks. Now he did something a little bit different with these shocks in the back too. These are, what kind of eyelets are these? What were these for? These
Stock location.
Stock location, that's what it was. Stock location, but he put the Heim on it and made it work. And that actually works out really good. So he was just telling me Mark Minster, he may send him to Minster and get him to change the ends on it, just so it works. So we may end up having to take this baseline suspension stuff off. He's got all this adjustability up here now. So, you know, it's just one of those things how this baseline suspension stuff works. See the big bolt here? The big bolt is your factory spot on the rear end. So when you move out in front of that big bolt, then basically it extends the natural point. So you see this right here now is like really high at this point. So if you were in this bottom hole, it would be about where the natural point is here. But the bars are short, so they react very fast. They react very quickly. So that's what we're trying to figure out. We got to figure out how to make it work. And so they're going to go to the track. When are y'all going? Friday?
Friday.
Friday at Galat. Mike was trying to get his to the track on Thursday, but it's just not going to work out.
Never does.
No, it never does. It just it just doesn't. So hopefully they'll get some passes. I won't be there because I'll be going to Dig or Die down at 7:10. So hopefully somebody can get some video of both of y'all's cars and we can share it.
Well, if he's as frustrated with his as I am with mine, they're both going to become spiderweb homes.
Oh, come on. Come on now. All right, here we go. Hey, hang on. I'll show y'all what the final measurements are when we figure it out. so much air. It's still loud as all get out. Yeah. That blower. That blower moves so much air. It's crazy how much blower it moves. How much air it moves just sitting there at an idle.
Got these straight, so I looked at it when I hooked the trailer up last night when I got home. I turned the lights on and because I never really paid attention to the front clip.
Right.
So now I paid attention to the front clip because it's time to put it on.
Right.
When it hit over here, it pushed the bar this way, bent this bracket over. This one broke off and is twisted up. And right here in the middle, I have a bar that goes down to support the front.
Right.
And it is kinked over. So I don't know how much I'm gonna have to cut from there to there.
And like you said, the key thing is nothing is really loose on the front end, though, is it? No. It's not really loose. No. So that's good. So it should be pretty easy to do. The finishers up.
Clip off,
oh yeah, that's right. It wasn't.
You never thought that there was anything wrong.
Yeah, that's right.
Hell, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 fasteners on it.
It is wild how the front end just hangs off of, the skeleton of the, it's just wild, but it holds it. By itself, that's not super.
The only reason that I even put this section on,
right,
was to support the hood.
Right. Oh, right.
Because the hood on top of them, I could have just left the bar here in the front, the tab in the back, and the two on the side. But as soon as you put the hood on it, it sags.
Right, gotcha. So it needed to support. So this is more for the hood than the front end.
More for the hood than the front clip.
All right, I got you. So his is ready. You ain't got a couple more things front end on it. You're ready. So he'll be.
I will check the geometry for the third time and final time.
All right.
Rescale the car with all the doors in the front clip and the hood on it, just to be sure that I don't have an adjustment I have to make.
And we did. You said we didn't talk about it in the last video, but it looks like you're going to be about 150 pounds lighter total.
An easy 150.
Right, because right now the front end and doors and stuff are not on it, so it's a lot more than that. But
right, I can calculate the weight of the car as it sits, and put a 180-pound driver in it.
Right.
That's one weight, but then I don't have the front clip, the hood, and the doors, so I can go by the shipping weights, which the doors, the Lexan, all that shit, the hood, you're adding 60 more pounds to the car.
Right. It's gonna be cool. I can't wait to see it run. Hopefully, testing goes well at Galat. They're testing at Galat Friday, like I was saying. There's a big race at Galat, North versus South. Normally we go to that, but it's right on top of our Dig or Die race the same weekend.
I went to it 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's always really fun. Dexter and those guys, they do a good job. Man, who welded those blow-off valves on there? They did a pretty good job.
Somebody named John.
Dang, son! Look at that profession.
No, as a matter of fact, the last time I went to
it ain't quite
North versus
professional.
South, we ran to Vegas.
Watch, now that I'm talking about the welds, they're going to fall off. Sorry.
Okay.
All right, guys, so we're messing with this thing, and he's taking the drive shaft out of it now. The thing is not dropping. Like, it's got a 7-inch stroke shock back here, but it separated, what, maybe 3 inches? 2 inches? And we think the drive shaft is bottoming out in the transmission because it goes forward. See, there's not much space there. I had a car one time, my OG car, and in order for me to get the drive shaft out, I had to have this completely, I had to have the rear end up in the car so that it would pull out enough, because otherwise it wouldn't come out. So we're thinking that might be what's happening here. So we're going to take the drive shaft out of it real fast and get the drive shaft out of it so we can make sure there's nothing binding in the control arms.
Hang on.
Hang on.
These are bent. They have picked up a mini car.
That ain't it. Ain't drive shaft.
Gotta be the anti-roll bar.
It ain't the anti-roll bar.
It's gotta be the
anti-roll bar.
It's gotta be the upper bars.
The upper bars ain't even that well. Well, they are higher than they were probably. You know what I bet? I wonder if that is what it is. Because they're not as low as they were.
The upper bars are something is definitely binding it. Huh. All right, guys. So it looks like what we found is we took the upper control arms and moved them around a little bit. But we think they were just bound up. The uppers were binding up and not letting it drop out. Because now you can see we got plenty of travel. It did find another problem though. These control arm links are too short. It goes dead straight when it's fully topped out. Now we don't know if it'll top out all the way or not like this. But yeah, so the anti-squat numbers. What do you think, Joey? Are you thinking you're going to put the stock style uppers back on it? This baseline suspension stuff was really designed for when you don't have adjustability. You know, that's what they made it for. And so now you got adjustability everywhere, except for, well, actually now you got it everywhere. But the problem is that that top bar is so short that, I mean, it changes stuff very aggressively. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is the numbers that we got right now. So the bottom hole on the upper, this is the Outlaw upper control arm kit. And they got different plates, which is pretty cool. But 159%, 200%, and then 234%. And then you can also change plates. And if you put the other plate on, it's a little less aggressive. But you can see how it changes. So I really think the baseline suspension stuff is really set for like when you don't have adjustability, when you don't have adjustable torque boxes. But I think when you get adjustable torque boxes, we might be better off putting the spherical ends back in the rear end and putting a regular, longer control arm on it, because it'll be probably 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches longer. All right, guys, so got the bind out. The bind was 100% the top bars. Top bars were just binding. So now we're playing with pinion angle. And so with the pinion angle at this point right here, so with the pinion, with the car at ride height, we had like 0 degrees. And then when it went to full extension on the back, the drive shaft got pushed in. It was almost bottomed out, not quite, but it was bottoming. And then the drive shaft, we got 5 degrees of down angle at full extension. So this rear end, the short upper bars, it really moves it, because when this thing is fully extended, this really is close to here, and back here is, you know, it's really far. So it's almost ready. It's almost, we're fixing to punch the numbers again real fast and see what the anti-squat turns out. Hang on. All right, guys, so here's the numbers. So we got it going free range now through the movement completely, no binding. So where we're at right now with the upper bar, he may take it to a track Friday, but we're in the center hole here. So this is our anti-squat. If he moves it to the upper hole, the top hole on the rear end housing, that's what you get, 160. I think that's where it's probably going to end up being, is at that 160. They hadn't run it in a while. At one point, it had way over 200% anti-squat, and it was super violent. Couldn't really control it. Clearly, the bottom hole is not going to work, but one of those, the middle hole or the top hole, I think it's probably going to be the top hole. 160 is probably going to be the best, but that's a big difference. And see, that's the difference there. I mean, we could, if we modified, if we moved it, I'm going to do the math and see what it would do if we moved the upper bar down a hole. And this is not 100% flat. This is just the way you put this. It looks like it's flat, but the way you measure it is the factory location, and that's a good illustration. So the bar is actually out here, and you see when it goes down, like that's how you get the angle, but the bar is just really short. So I'm gonna do some math real fast and see if we move this one down to the next hole down, what that is. Hang on. All right, guys, so this is the math moving the upper bar down to 16.5 inches, moving it down one hole. Then these are the numbers you get. The center hole would be 165. So that right there is still the same. So either one of those. So if it don't work at 115, it's got 2 choices. Either move it up on the rear end so that it goes more anti-squat, or either move it down on the body. So I think he's going to go test him. I'll let y'all know. Like I said, I won't be able to go with him, so I'll let y'all know how it goes. All right, comment, like, and subscribe. See y'all.